Is in shock after she was mauled by a dog Monday in Southeast Portland. She's now out of the hospital, but the dog and its owner have yet to face any consequences. Fox 12's Paulina Aguilar spoke with her about the terrifying ordeal.
Scared shitless. Thought I was gonna die.
Cheryl Wakerhauser was out for her morning run on Monday on Hawthorne Boulevard when a large dog came out of nowhere and knocked her to the ground.
And at first I was just like, wait, what is this? Is like not happening. This is not happening. And then he's on my other leg. And then he's on my arm.
She yelled for help, and thankfully a driver pulled over and called 911.
And I just want to say her name is Monica, but I want to thank her for stopping, for seeing me and for stopping, because if she had not stopped, who knows what would happen.
She was left with 35 puncture wounds all over her body.
If you take off my bandage, you can see my tendon, but he didn't get it, but you can see it.
At the same time, Cheryl says a man who police say is Tyrone Bates put the dog on a leash and ran off. Once Bates was caught, police say he swallowed suspected fentanyl and showed signs of drug overdose and was taken to the hospital. But police believe Bates is not the owner and was watching the dog for a friend. Multnomah Animal Control says the dog owner is Jesse Miller, who is experiencing homelessness. The dog was taken to Multnomah Animal Control but was later released to Miller's mother to safely quarantine for 10 days. On Wednesday, Animal Service learned while she was at work, Miller went to her home and got the dog, and now neither can be found. But the dog attack didn't go unnoticed. According to Multnomah County Animal Service policies, a dog who is at large can quarantine at home if it is done safely. But on Thursday, Animal Services immediately changed the policy. Now they must quarantine at a shelter if any of the following applies.
If something came of that makes Portland a better place to be in, that's great.
Cheryl says she's lucky to be alive.
I was happy because I'm still here. Like, it could have been a lot worse. It could have been so much worse.
Paulina Aguilar, Good Day, Oregon.
If the dog is found, there are several things that can happen, from euthanization to wearing a muzzle. The attack remains under investigation as the search for Miller and his dog continues.
An absolute nightmare, and the dog and its owner, Jesse Miller, who is homeless, were found shortly after this all happened. The dog was then placed under a 10-day quarantine with the owner's mother. But we just found out Animal Services is now looking for Miller and the dog after he took it from his mother's house without permission.
Yeah, so if you look at my legs, it basically looks like someone took a screwdriver and stabbed them about 25 times.
Cheryl Wakerhauser is recounting what she calls a living nightmare. An unleashed dog she says belongs to a homeless person ran up to her, grabbed her leg, threw her to the ground, and bit her over and over again, as she describes, like a piece of meat.
First started happening, I didn't really know what was happening. Like I said, my hat came over my eyes, and I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. And then I saw the dog, and I'm on the ground. And then I was like, I just started yelling for help. Help, help, can anybody, somebody please help me.
Wakerhauser says this happened around 9:15 Monday morning near Southeast Hawthorne and 45th. In front of this fenced-up vacant building. She says the attack was completely unprovoked.
I feel like it was dragging my leg this way, but like one leg to the other leg to the other leg to the arm, and then basically I was like holding my leg up in its face while I was waiting for someone to hopefully see and stop.
She says this went on until a passing driver started honking their horn. That's when the dog owner walked past and left her, bleeding on the sidewalk.
And he just said, "It's not my dog," and then he walks away, not even asking if I'm okay, if he can do anything.
Police showed up and grabbed the dog and turned it over to Multnomah County Animal Services. Wakerhauser was taken to the hospital with over 35 punctured wounds. 24 hours later, she took to Instagram showing this photo and the story behind what happened, demanding change in Portland. Her post reads in part, quote, "The homeless crisis in this city is out of control. This is not just about eyesore camps and trash. More importantly, it's about public safety, mental health, peace of mind, and quality of life for all of us, all, the housed and unhoused." And to the woman who helped scare the dog away.
And her name is Monica. So Monica, if you're out there, Monica from 52nd, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because I don't know how long it would have gone on or what would have happened.
And the county says generally when this happens, the dog will be placed under a quarantine to determine how dangerous they are, if they have rabies, and whether the owner will be criminally cited. But because Miller is homeless, they let his mom quarantine the dog at her home in Camas. Again, Miller took the dog back without permission while his mom was at work. Animal Services is looking for both of them. We'll keep you all updated as we learn more.